any questions that you have, saving money, couponing, wherever you want to go. And it's always fun to just come with a topic and see what we can cover. So tonight I thought we would go a little different and let's talk rewards programs, because no matter what you can or can't find in your store, the rewards programs are still there. So we're going to cover the gamut of them, meaning from retail to consumer packaged goods, because we do have programs like Kellogg's and whatnot that are out there, gas savings, all of it. That's my goal. I actually have 3 pages of things that I want us to try to get through. So hopefully we'll get through most of them. We usually talk this topic kind of once a year, tends to be when we get around to it. So every time that we do, if you guys will leave your favorites in the comments, I always learn new programs from the comments that are left. So if you, as we're talking through the various, I guess, kind of categories of them, if you've got rewards programs that you've been using in those sections, let me know. I'd love to know just what it is that you have been enjoying or you've been earning points with, because rewards programs really are, they're pretty sweet. They're icing on the cake for whatever other deals you're already grabbing, because you're already using a coupon code, hopefully, getting the best deal that you can on the item. And then on top of that, getting some rewards points to use, on another purchase, hopefully. So that's what we're going to go through. Again, if you have questions, leave them in the comments along with your comments, and either I will see them or my husband will see them. Between the two of us, I will get you an answer. And I am completely cool with questions that are off topic. So wherever your questions take us, I am okay with that. Does not have to be rewards based. We can talk CVS if you want to. Though I will tell you, folks get really hot and bothered, and other folks are completely cool with it. So in-store deals is one place where I don't know if I'm brave enough to broach that topic and deal with the comments that will come with it, but I'm cool. If that's where you want to go, that's where we can go. So let's dive into some rewards programs. Again, as we talk this various categories, I would love for you to chime in any that I don't mention, because there are a lot out there. Obviously, if I were to try to mention every rewards program in the world, we wouldn't get done in an hour. But I want to start with one that I have a feeling some of you may know about, a program that I didn't list. And that is grocery specific programs. So brands have basically loyalty rewards is where the concept is. The more you purchase, the more points you're going to get for purchasing those products. And I meant to gather items to hold up as examples, and I just didn't even get there. But the first two that most of us that are parents can think of are the diaper companies, so Pampers and Huggies, having Pampers family rewards and Huggies rewards. Keep in mind those programs have changed through the years. Instead of grabbing packs and entering codes online, they now all have apps. So you're going to grab the Pampers app or the Huggies app. You're going to earn points through the app on your purchases. So the redemption has changed as to how you're going to kind of turn those codes in. But they've all gone a little bit more technical through the years. But those are the big ones to start with. Kellogg's is huge, guys. If you've not already signed up for Kellogg's Family Rewards, they're one of, I think, the best rewards programs that is out there, because when you sign up for them, you get emails from Kellogg's Family Rewards almost every week. And those emails have exclusive coupons for you. So for couponers, it's a pretty sweet program. I didn't even have to use any rewards to get those coupons. They just come in the email. Kellogg's also puts out codes all the time for free points, and they're usually 100-point codes. When you have 850 points saved up, you can redeem them for $1 off coupons. And the $1 is off 1 box of cereal, 1 box of Eggo waffles. You get to pick. And you can link your store cards. So some other programs have card linking available, but they definitely win with the Kellogg's program and linking your store cards directly to it. A few others that fall into this category too would be L'Oreal has rewards. Fresh Step, if you've got a cat and you're buying cat litter, Fresh Step has a rewards program. Johnson & Johnson, really everything that Johnson & Johnson makes, so it's a pretty big company, but they all have a rewards program inside their Healthy Essentials program. So Johnson & Johnson being everything from Band-Aids and Neosporin and Benadryl to Tylenol and Johnson & Johnson products, Neutrogena, Aveeno. There's a lot that company makes. So Healthy Essentials is their rewards program. I actually pulled up their website earlier today just to make sure it was still around. And they are in the process of revamping it. So maybe we'll see some changes there. But as you purchase products, you earn points that you can redeem for rewards. Same concept with all of these programs. So hopefully, as you get into that, you'll start to see kind of how easy it is. Some of these, you will take a picture of your receipt and you will upload the picture of your receipt into their system. Others, you will directly link your store card to, like Kellogg's. It doesn't get much easier than that. Now, not every store has a direct link ability, but for the ones that do, you should use it. So that's the bulk of them. Coke as well, guys. They still technically have a rewards program. It's not like it used to be, but it is still there. So Coke rewards too. And I want to say even Pepsi tried to roll something out. We aren't a Pepsi household. Sorry. We just, growing up in the South, you're either strong Coca-Cola or strong Pepsi, and we're a strong Coca-Cola family. So I hope that doesn't break any hearts, but that's just us. So before I move on from grocery, if you guys have anything else as we go through on things, any other grocery products that you buy that they have a rewards program for, please leave them in the comments, because it's always encouraging for folks who love a product to find a rewards program that goes with that product. One in particular, too, to mention that's not specific grocery, but for my Publix shoppers, don't forget about Stocking Spree. And I'm going to count that in as a rewards program because in my opinion, that's basically what it is. It's a loyalty program, and that's exactly what we're talking about. So if you're a Publix shopper, these are matched up on the weekly ads every time. We have a Publix weekly ad, we have Publix deals. If the products are on sale, I try to match in Stocking Spree underneath them. So it'll say $10 gift card when you buy $50 worth. And this is Publix's loyalty program. These, sadly, you have to take a picture of, but there's still a lot here. And it's a number of brands. So it's not just one product. It's Kraft, it's Mondelez, which is Nabisco. That's how most of us would know that. P&G and Pepsi products. Pepsi, though, however, it doesn't actually include Pepsi as the brand. It's Pepsi's other grocery products, which is Aunt Jemima, Gatorade, Lipton, Quaker, etc. Pepsi actually has a large grocery section that we may not realize is there. But if you're a Publix shopper, this is a great program to not miss as we're going through. And I'm counting it in with all the other grocery products because it is truly based specifically on buying specific brands. It's just a little wider than, just Johnson & Johnson or just Huggies. You're getting a little bigger. And by the way, Pampers, I don't know if you can see that on your tiny screen if you're watching on your phone, but Pampers is included here. So my Pampers folks, if that's your brand on diapers, you could double dip. I can earn Pampers Family Rewards, and I can turn in my receipt to earn a $10 Publix gift card for every $50 spent in Pampers. Keep in mind with Stocking Spree in particular, it tracks you over time. So I don't have to spend $50 every time I'm in the store. I can just grab some items, upload my receipt, and it just keeps kind of keeping tabs on what you've grabbed and where you are towards the next reward. Deborah's chiming in too and saying, going app-wise, I bought a Shopkicks Fetch, and yes, those are great. And those are, my brain didn't even go there. I view them as like mobile couponing apps and not necessarily Deborah, in my brain as loyalty rewards, but that is what they are in a sense. You're earning points for buying specific items. So definitely taking advantage of your mobile apps as well in the grocery scheme of things, not missing those apps. Okay, let's talk store programs that are out there too. So all of our grocery stores for sure have rewards programs. And you should be a part of them. I saw Deb mention Kroger. We should all be a part of the rewards programs because that's what's the savings really in the grocery store. But beyond grocery store programs, retail. If you are shopping at a retail site and they offer a rewards program, you should sign up for it. How many of us are guilty of checking out and never signing up for Ulta Rewards or Kohl's Yes to You program? These are extra rewards programs. They take one moment to sign up for, and then you're gonna earn some extra points for having done that. But more often than not, folks just check out. They're like, you know what, I just get me out of here. Let me finish checking out. They don't wanna make that extra stop to sign up the first time for the rewards program. But you should, because you are going to get things back. There are a lot of retail stores that have rewards programs that do take that extra step to get started in, but it's pretty worthwhile. So, just to start off the bat with something for, I'm going to, be stereotypical here, but for the guys, would be AutoZone and Advanced Auto Parts. Both run rewards systems. AutoZone's, I think, is probably the best of the two, where every time you go in and you spend at least $20, you're earning. And when you spend that fifth time of spending $20 in the store, you get a $20 reward. That's not bad, guys. So signing up for that, making sure you're taking advantage so that you can get that fifth $20. If your husband or you do your own oil changes, you would knock that out just with an oil change. 5 times a year, you're probably going to be there. We would be. We get enough miles on our car normally that we would be there. So don't forget about those. Tractor Supply. My husband's very proud of his Tractor Supply and the rewards that he gets and the reward coupons that he gets. It's not that you're necessarily like earning points or that side of things, but just being part of some of these programs gets you extra discounts and extra perks. So that's why you want to join them. And if you have a small, tiny farm or 4 chickens, wherever you've gone, you will be in Tractor Supply and you will take advantage of those. So for us, and he can probably tell you better than I can, but we get a coupon at least once a quarter for 10 or 15% off our entire purchase at Tractor Supply. And we can take that one to town. So if if you're just tuning in, you've never watched Q&As, we've got 2 horses, we have chickens, we have 28 little new chickens. They're about a month old now, dogs, cats. So Tractor Supply, we're there almost as much as or it feels like almost as much as we're in a grocery store getting the things that we need. He's not really there that often, but that's what it feels like. So joining those programs so that you're not missing just the perks of a 15% off coupon on chicken food, that saves you money. It all saves you money. So being a part of them if they're there. Kohl's, I mentioned their Yes to You rewards program. That's on top of Kohl's Cash, guys. And I don't know how many people, when I'll explain a deal or you'll send me a message on Facebook and I'll try to walk you through a deal that you can grab and mention, that would be another $5. They don't even get how Yes to You rewards is working. It's just an on top of the program that Kohl's is already giving you. You're earning Kohl's Cash, but then you're going to earn these points. And for every $100 that you spend, you're going to earn an additional $5 off your next purchase. Pretty sweet. So go ahead, be a part of it. Tack on that extra savings. And really, if you want to compare it to something for folks that are used to couponing anyway, think of it like the Beauty Club reward at CVS or the Beauty Enthusiast in Walgreens. I'm already buying an item. I'm already getting rewards to buy that item. And then CVS and Walgreens are tracking me because it's a beauty item and I'm going to earn an additional reward. Same exact concept. So being a part of those programs, those are 2 to not miss as well. So in both of those, all of these that I'm mentioning, if you go to the brand's website, you'll see them. Kohl's Yes to You rewards, CVS, search for the Beauty Club, Walgreens, Beauty Enthusiast, Ulta has Ulta points. So, wherever you're shopping, there's probably something for sure. A couple that y'all taught me the last time we talked about this, because we don't even have a gaming system in our house, but GameStop even has rewards with PowerUp rewards. Sephora, you get the idea. We could go to town with these. So if you've got any others that you love in particular, I'd love to hear them in the comments. So if maybe it's a place you shop all the time, or it's a rewards program that's really paid off for you, please share. So for me, as a personal example, this is one I did mean to bring in. In December, I started to kind of do some searching to find, I wanted to find products that folks felt like were similar to really high-end facial care, but weren't high-end. And so in digging, I found a brand called The Ordinary. That's literally its name. And they all have little bottles, little glass bottles. Well, these products are only sold in Ulta or Sephora. I think there are some The Ordinary stores, but they aren't in our area anyway, and they don't even sell them locally, so you have to buy them online. Now, this may not sound like it's a normal couponer type of item to grab, but you know what? I might even just pull them up and show you. These things, the products that they're selling are crazy cheap. So I don't mind at all heading over to Ulta and grabbing The Ordinary products. Yes, I could get moisturizer in CVS, but even some of these, I don't think that CVS could touch some of the prices. So I will make this as big as I can for you. We'll go mobile here. But you can see this guy right here, my teenagers now use this, and it does amazing for their acne. It's $5 for the little tiny glass bottle, and it lasts about a month. So $5. So this works for the couponer and me, and I have started to order from Ulta. We tend to order every other month. For my birthday month, they ran double points. We ended up needing things. It's already paid off with almost $10 off of your order. Put that on top of the fact that Ulta is always running a coupon code. Right now, their shipping is also pretty low on purchases, as a lot of stores are doing. So these products in particular are super, super cheap. Now, I don't work for The Ordinary. And if you're curious, I will have to tell you, if you want to learn how to use them, because it's like buying the individual ingredients of a product. And so you buy the ingredients that you want. You're going to need to just do some YouTubing and go and see what people recommend, because there's a ton to pick from and you don't really need all of them. But I've been really pleased with my $5 little bottles of this and that, and been very happy with it. So that's my personal one. Take advantage of the programs, because it's already things we're grabbing every other month, and then we're getting an extra $10 off just because we joined the program, instead of ignoring the program. Don't ignore the program. So one other reason to not ignore these programs: sometimes there are no points involved, but there are definite perks like free shipping. So Reebok, Nike, Converse, I'm trying to even think, Adidas, Puma, most of those brands in the athletic division have all started running free shipping on any order as long as you log into your account. Yeah. Basically when you check out, you log in, you create an account, and you're going to get free shipping. So they're naming their account a rewards program. They're calling it the, whatever club, and they all have a different name, but you're getting free shipping to do that. So don't check out as a guest. Definitely logging in so that you're not missing that extra savings is huge. Every time, huge. Let's see. And to chime back in, if there we go. Sorry guys, I was reading someone's question there. Jessica wants pictures of our little chicks. They aren't super little anymore, Jessica, but I think I might have a picture or two that I did take, and I can pop it up here and show you here in a second. But chicks grow very quickly and don't really stay cute for very long. I shared some on our Instagram though a while ago. So you can always, Instagram stories tends to be where if I'm going to share something that's kind of behind the scenes, that's where it tends to go. So I don't know if I can quickly find a chicken picture or not. But I have taken some They just aren't super cute. Yeah, not finding it very quick for you, Jessica. Sorry, no chickens tonight. But we do have them, 28 little babies. We have 6 or 7 that are probably a year and a half old, but they eventually stop laying. And we've also had some hawks this year that have not been so nice to us. So had to get some more. So they're about a month old, and they'll start to lay in another 2 to 2.5 months. It takes a little bit. So if you're thinking you want eggs, it's a long-term commitment, not a short-term commitment on chickens. But we've been doing it for probably about 7 years now, and it's pretty fun. Okay, so to jump through some other programs, we have all the entertainment ones, though if you pull up AMC, it's kind of sad right now because the first little notice you see is that all AMCs are closed around the nation. But if you are going to the movies, you should be part of AMC or Regal, Cinemark. They all have rewards programs. And here's an inside tip. If you check out, for me, I grab a Fandango gift card when CVS is running deals on gift cards, or Fandango even ran a gift card around Christmas time. So the last time I took folks to see the movies, what was that? We went and saw the new Emma before everything closed down. We actually went to a movie, knocked that one off the list for 2020 possibly. Saw the new Emma. We bought the tickets through Fandango, logged into Fandango's VIP rewards. If you buy a certain number of tickets through Fandango, you earn money back towards your next purchase. So we earned a $5 reward through Fandango because we also threw in a couple extra tickets for some friends. So earned money back through Fandango rewards. But when you check out, they let you put in your rewards program for the movie theater. So now you're earning rewards through Fandango and through the movie theater at the same time, and paying with a Fandango gift card that you got on sale. So, at that point, the movie is still pretty expensive, but you're starting to feel pretty good about yourself because you've gone triple deep in terms of your savings and rewards. If you're not using Fandango and you're going directly to the movie, that's okay too, but just get the points, get the rewards for it. The other perk of that being that when it's your birthday, you're going to get perks too. So when we went to see Emma, it happened to be my birthday month, and we went in and boom, free large popcorn. So, always being a part of those in terms of all the theaters, just wherever you're going, if they have a rewards program, joining it. Now, one tip in all of these rewards programs is email. So all of a sudden, your email is now overrun. I don't know about you, but Old Navy has been emailing me probably 3 times a day for the last month with various deals. I don't quite know why Old Navy needs to email me that often, but they feel that they do. So if your email is hitting that point, what I would recommend is that you actually set up an email account just for rewards and companies. You can still check it. There are still going to be deals in your email, but it's not going to overrun your personal email or your work email. But I can sit there and I can check that rewards email, maybe once a week. I log in, I see if there's anything interesting, and I delete everything else if there's not. But it's a good way to not get overwhelmed. It's also a good way to kind of remember, what's the login when you get to the website, because then you've got it all set up under one particular email versus having to remember which email you may have used, or you get the idea. But that's going to save a lot of frustration for you just to have those emails go somewhere else. It's much happier. Tina, does Fandango charge a ticket fee? Yes and no. So if you have, first off, if you get a certain number of tickets through, like for me, the Emma movie we saw at AMC, if you buy a certain number of tickets, the fee is actually waived. So with Fandango, they then waive the fee. If you have one of the higher level rewards, so AMC has a free version, that's what we have, but you can pay for a higher level version. In those levels, the ticketing fees are waived, and the ticketing fees will end up being waived as well. So it depends on how much you're grabbing, but yes, they do have a ticketing fee, as pretty much all the theaters will also charge you if you don't have their higher tier. I don't pay for rewards programs, nor do we see enough movies to ever justify that. We might see 2 a year in the theater. No need to go and join a rewards program for that. But hopefully that answers your question. So Deborah is also chiming in. Carter's has a rewards program. Yes, they do. Carter's, Oshkosh, and Skip Hop, all part of the same brand. They have a rewards program. And some of the rewards that are out there too, by the way, guys, they aren't real rewards. So Old Navy, for example, they love to run Super Cash. You can redeem your Super Cash if you want to, but it's not really $30 in free product. It's $30 when you turn around and buy, whatever it might be, $100 worth of items. So, those types of issues or rewards, not issues, but rewards, I wouldn't necessarily go jumping up and down every time you earn them or go tearing in. It's kind of Old Navy's version of Kohl's Cash. Everyone's tried to roll out a version of Kohl's Cash, but it is not actual rewards in that sense. So sorry if y'all hear my dogs. They think something big is going on outside. And I don't even know what it is, but they are pretty sure that we're being invaded. Okay. Oh, and Teresa, yes, Food Saver has a rewards program. So they're fresh rewards. If you're part of that, not only do you get free shipping when you log in on their rewards program, but you earn points. For me, rewards programs are solely to make you loyal. That is their goal. And I struggle on that one because I do end up getting my Food Saver rolls from Amazon a lot of times and getting the off brands. But if you are regularly grabbing the name brand on Food Saver, then that's a great way to save and get more points. And yes, I agree, Janelle, every place does have a rewards program. It's not something that you really do need to keep up with. What I would more view it as is I just make sure that I log in. I make sure that I'm a part of it, that I log in so that I'm earning those points. A lot of times those points don't expire. They hang in your account. If they are going to expire, they'll typically email you and tell you if they are, but most of them, they just hang there until the next time you shop and the next time you shop. So you're good to just have the account and use them when you come back versus feeling like you need to stay up on what's out there, what you haven't used or what you have used. Most of them are going to hang around and wait for you until you're ready to use them. Okay, to jump through some other ones, let's talk dining and fast food for a minute. There's a lot of rewards programs. Everybody has an app now, and in terms of rewards, not every program has rewards behind it, but everyone has an app and everyone has coupons that are part of that app. So for me, what I would recommend, and this is just how I handle all of my apps that are out there. Let's see, there we go. I keep all of them in a little pocket. So all my apps are nice and happy in their little tiny folder, and it just makes me so much happier to have them all there. So all the dining apps that we would use are in one spot. If I end up going to a restaurant and not having the app, then download it really quick. It's not a big deal. And some of these I don't ever go to. I've eaten at Olive Garden once in the last year, maybe. But they'll live in here unless they start to annoy me. If they start to send a lot of notifications, they get nixed pretty quickly. But the reason for this, not only do these apps have coupons in them, but they also have a rewards program behind them. So even Krispy Kreme, guys, if you're in there and you want to see where your rewards are, then you can sit there and see, you know what, hey, we need 6 more dozen until we can get a free dozen. Now, we're not in there a ton, but this is going to stick with you. This isn't going to expire. It's just going to kind of keep earning as you go, and you are grabbing your donuts, So this is anywhere, and there's a lot of options there. Specifically rewards, though, Papa John's and Papa Rewards, or Papa whatever they call them now. They just kind of revamped that in the last year. Chick-fil-A and Chick-fil-A Rewards are pretty awesome. CC's Pizza also has a rewards if you're there. I haven't logged in recently, obviously. Those are the big ones where I'm earning points, and then I can redeem them for free food, free products, if that's where you're hoping to go. Other reasons to have these apps, not necessarily points and reward side, but there are offers inside there. So Texas Roadhouse, $5 off our next $30 purchase. We actually did to-go date night at Texas Roadhouse a couple of weeks ago. You can't eat in, but ate out in the car, quite fancy. But take advantage of the apps, because you wouldn't have this if you didn't have the app. That's the only way to find most of these offers. So again, that's my way of organizing them, is everybody gets their own little bucket. The dining, the stores, you see, but some of you already knew that about me. I can't handle apps all over the place. It makes me a little on the crazy side. I see Moe's in the mention, Dunkin' Donuts. So Dunkin' does as well, Denise. We're a Krispy Kreme Coca-Cola family. I got to work on liking other types of donuts, I guess, but Krispy Kreme makes me happy. Moe's does have a great rewards program. Moe's, you're earning points off your next purchase. Salsaritas also, you just don't earn as quickly with Salsaritas. They all offer, there is a reason to have all of these if you are going to their store. Now, again, for me, I don't eat out that often, I promise. It's just one of those, I don't want to be downloading it all the time. If they're not using background data on you and they're not sending you notifications, then just let them live there. It's not a big deal. And yes, I had my husband stick in a link to 15 different fast food apps that all will help you save money. The other fun part while we're here, and we're technically talking rewards programs, but while we're on this particular topic, most of these fast food apps, when you first download them and you first sign up with them, they offer you something for free. So that's kind of fun. A free donut, Baskin Robbins is a free scoop of ice cream. Krispy Kreme is a free donut. So it's just taking advantage of the little freebies too. If you happen to be popping around, it's a fun reason to download the apps and get started. Jessica's chiming in with some of her favorites. So Firehouse, Chipotle, and Jersey Mike's also have good rewards programs. Awesome. So those are three that I don't even know the last time I even remember eating at any of those. So thank you for chiming in on them, Jessica. Okay. So lots of places, and we could go super, super small and finite on each of those, but they're all basically the same. You're going to start by grabbing the app, signing up through the app, taking advantage of the freebie, and then earning all the points that are going to come with it, hopefully, if they have a rewards program behind that. Oh, great question, Judy. Do you have to buy from the app with the fast food restaurants, or does it work when you're in the store? I'm trying to think about all the apps that we use. None of the ones that I just showed you that are in my phone require that you pay through the app to earn points. They will all let you scan the app at the register if you wanted to just check out in the store, basically, talk to the lady, tell the lady what you want, and then they just scan it when you're done to count your points. They're all good with that. I'm trying to make sure I'm not telling you wrong, but the only exception to that, and this isn't going to stop you from getting points, but I do know Chick-fil-A and their app had a notice. I'm going to see if it's still in there. Yes, so Chick-fil-A, if you do a mobile order, and this is through the app, this isn't like and it even says it doesn't count on DoorDash, Uber Eats, or any of those, but you do a mobile order, you'll earn 20% more points for the month of April. So that's just a unique Chick-fil-A side, but I don't have to use the app for that. I'm still going to earn points if I just go through the drive-through, but if I use the app, and you can do that, by the way, guys, so you can totally come here, I can find a restaurant, we're nowhere near one, but we're going to pretend that we are, and I can do a drive-through order with the Chick-fil-A app. So I don't have to, it's saying you recently bought an ice cream cone. Do you want to rebuy that? No, I don't. But I can do just a get in the line and use the phone and still get those extra points if you wanted to. That's the only kind of exception to the do I have to use the app. And even then you'd still get your normal points. You just wouldn't get your bonus points if you didn't use the app. And I kind of agree. So Jessica, I usually always pay for Chick-fil-A. 100%. I just use the app for it versus having to get out the cash or a card or whatnot. Just pay with the app so that when they scan it, I've paid. It's kind of like Target when they scan it, or when you scan it at Target self-checkout. then you've not only used all your Target Circle offers, but you've also paid at the same time. That just makes me happy. I'm all about that. But Chick-fil-A is the only one that I have where I have it connected to pay with. And we don't eat out. We eat out at Chick-fil-A more than we eat out anywhere else. So maybe that's why. But we're not eating out a ton in most of those restaurants. So a few other rewards programs that are normally important, maybe not so much now as none of us are driving anywhere, but there are a lot of great rewards programs that deal with gas stations. Honestly, almost every gas station has a rewards program now. BP just revamped theirs in the last 2 or 3 months. So if you were a part of it, you probably got a ton of text messages as they were revamping their program, and they've now re-rolled it back out. If you weren't a part of it, you could go and get signed up for the new BP rewards. It's basically the same thing, guys. But everybody, Pilot and Flying J has one. That's the one that my husband loves the most. They have the cheapest gas, but their rewards program gives you free drinks all the time. It seems like Speedway, BP, ExxonMobil has one. Shell is probably the oldest and the biggest in terms of the rewards. And then one other option, and I've mentioned this before, is Get Upside. Get Upside I cannot use any of the rewards apps with, so I can only go and earn through Get Upside. But Get Upside is basically in our area just for gas. There are other things that are coming into it, but when you search and you find a gas station, it'll tell you how much cash back you could get at that gas station. So I zoomed out a little far here. Let's zoom back in. I could go to this Shell station and get 30 cents back in cash back. So I buy the gas and then I turn around and take a picture of the receipt and I'm done. Except now they've made it even easier and I don't even have to take a picture of the receipt. This particular gas station, if you see up by the Shell's name, it has a little blue symbol. It will now recognize when you're in the gas station's parking lot, and as long as you pay with a card that it has on file, it just gives you the money back. It's good. I don't have to take a picture anymore. It knows where I was and it knows the card that I'm using, and so I guess it's happy and it can do everything that it needs to do to give me back the 30 cents off if I chose regular gas, 30 cents off a gallon. So kind of fun. For Get Upside, we don't use it on every fill up. It depends on the station and where we are, but in our area it is a lot of Shell stations, and there's a lot here, so you can see all of them now that I zoomed out. Circle K, Shell, Sunoco's, some Spinks that will show up. It's different for every area. The cash back is also different for every area, so I can't necessarily, say it's always going to be there. My mom is also chiming in and saying, don't forget about Checkout 51. So Checkout 51's kind of launched the same features in giving us cash back through their system as well on gas. So you cannot do both, but you can use Checkout 51 if you wanted to just for gas. So Checkout 51 we would normally use for all of our groceries, but kind of an extra way that you can save inside Checkout 51. So yes, use your gas rewards programs. If you're going to use Get Upside, just realize they will reduce the amount. So if you use one of the rewards programs at the pump to reduce the amount you're paying per gallon, they will reduce your cash back because you use the rewards program. So that's the only warning on using that particular app, but easy ways to save on gas using those rewards programs. Shell, if you're part of their rewards program, it's just an automatic 5% off every time. And some of the others are similar to that, but Shell's is the one that it's every time. The others you might have earned a little bit that you can use each time, but sometimes you might not have much earnings at all. So that's kind of the way that ExxonMobil is going to work. And Wendy, thank you. So Wendy's chiming in, and I had completely forgotten. She says, I'm a healthcare worker, and BP has released a coupon code for healthcare and first responders for 50 cents off on a tank of gas. In terms of getting that one, I know we posted it to Southern Savers a bit ago. I can try to go and find that link for you. But you can also just Google that one and you'll find it. So the BP Rewards, it is for healthcare and first responders. And that's definitely one to not miss. And Jessica, yes. So Jessica's mentioning the Publix gas station gift cards. You can always double dip those with your Shell Fuel rewards or a lot of other ones too, because Publix does sell a lot of different gas gift cards. When they run that gas station gift card coupon on the front of the weekly ads, you're going to get 20% off. Basically, it's $10 off of a $50 gift card. You're getting 20% off. Get the gift card and then turn around and use that with your rewards at the gas station. Not to mention, you're going to get the cash price versus the credit price, which is pretty sweet too. So it's a benefit all around to grab your gas station gift card deals. And Nadine, yes. So other grocery stores definitely have gas rewards. Harris Teeter, Lowe's Foods, Kroger, I think even Food City up in Tennessee, tiny little grocery store, has gas rewards. So if your store is running them, you should be a part of them. And try to not let them expire too, since it is just free money off of your gas. And to mention on this, since we are on gas mode, if you have a membership to Sam's and Costco, that is also going to get you a discount on gas. There is no rewards program there, but it is some of the cheapest gas that's around. So, making sure that you're comparing all of your prices and making the decision as to where you're going to shop. I don't want to leave them off the list because I know there are some folks who go out of their way to get the gas there. If I happened to be nearby, I would fill up there. But for us, it would be very out of our way to make that our regular place. And exactly, Barbara. So if that is where you're regularly shopping, then definitely grab your gas at Sam's and Costco. It is the cheapest around. Not needing a rewards program. And I'm not 100% sure on Costco, but I want to say that your gas purchases do not count into your end of the year reward. So everything that you grab in Costco, if you have one of the bigger memberships, everything that you grab counts into the check that you get back. I do not think that your gas purchases do. I may be wrong on that, but I want to say that was the one of the big sections that's excluded on your end of the year reward. We don't have the fancy one, so not 100% there. And Denise is saying her T-Mobile Tuesday has 10% off Shell gas and is added to your Shell Rewards card. So sweet. Yeah, if you've got T-Mobile, that's a great way to save a little bit of extra too. Lynn, off topic. Where do I get the best deal on pure vanilla extract? That is a very tricky one because we actually had to just buy some, and it's some expensive stuff. I usually will shop online for it, Lynn. I'm not going to say that you can find it online right now. And we ran across years ago a brand that I think was just sent to us to try, but it was vanilla bean paste. And we've gotten that online as well. You can usually get a pretty good deal on it. But going that route, probably can get a little bit better going Amazon, or VitaCost would be another one to check out. VitaCost they sound like vitamins, but they actually have a lot of organic and whole foods type things on their website, and they run some pretty good coupon codes. So I would check Amazon and do subscribe and save, cancel it after it ships to save a little bit more. Obviously, I guess you might not necessarily know what you're grabbing, but you could potentially get a fairly good deal. This is a vanilla bean paste that's $14.99. When you compare that to the same size bottle of pure vanilla, it's a pretty good price. Vanilla isn't cheap. You can also make your own, so just to chime in there with that one, and it would be pretty pure. Grab vanilla bean pods and some alcohol, like drinking alcohol, and let it sit and make your own vanilla extract. So you can Google that one. It is cheaper than buying it, so you can definitely go that route. But hopefully that's a little bit of a help online, or I guess maybe imitation until things get a little cheaper too. One other thing that I've seen people mention, and Redonna is saying Aldi has a pretty good price on pure vanilla, so maybe checking Aldi. Costco also has a pretty good price on pure vanilla if you have a Costco membership. Costco tends to cater towards higher end grocery items where Sam's doesn't. So they also have a very good price on pure maple syrup. I've seen that like on so many sites that'll list like 10 things you should always buy in Costco. That maple syrup is always on the list, so it must be amazing. But I would check there for, if you have a Costco membership, for extracts in general. Be a good thing to at least check the price on. But that's a great question. Spices in general can be pretty expensive. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anything on our list. We just talked travel almost, I guess, a month and a half ago while my husband and I were out in San Diego, probably the week before anybody wanted to travel. I'm kind of surprised we even took that trip now. But thankfully we did, and we got it done. In terms of saving on travel, rewards programs are huge. And so to do a night on rewards programs and not discuss them would be missing a whole section of ways to save with programs. So with travel, every hotel chain has a rewards program. Every airline has a rewards program. There is no reason to not be part of them. Just like the retail ones that we're mentioning, no reason to not be earning those miles. Even if you're not going to turn around and use them, you could still gift them. I could still get something with them. So for example, I have two girls that a few years back, I went to a conference. We got super cheap tickets and I took them with me to New York to a conference. They were even allowed to attend. It was a toy conference. They loved it. So we are all tagging along. They now have a tiny bit of air miles that we haven't touched because we don't fly with kids very often. So even then, when you get the emails that those miles are about to expire, you do have a couple of options. You can donate them to charity. You can gift them. It depends on how many you have and whether you can meet some thresholds. We didn't meet that. But then a lot of airlines do have a way that you can shop with your rewards points, and they do have a value. So, even for them and having, I think they had like 3,000 points from this one trip to New York and back. That was still enough. You can get free magazine subscriptions, whatever. I wish I could just roll them into my account. I'm the one that paid for the ticket. That's not how they work. But you should still be grabbing the points and letting them save them up and redeeming them somehow if that's the case. But you could always donate them to charity. So that is on the website, usually with the individual rewards programs as to how to do it. But you could also reach out to a larger charity and they can even tell you, yes, if you want to donate your airline miles, here is how you would donate them into our account. So Samaritan's Purse, there's a lot of agencies that can use them. So it's a great way to turn them around. Terry, does Sam's have a rewards program? They don't. Sam's just has their membership. Their Plus membership may have a check version back, kind of like Costco's higher level. We've never paid for one of the larger versions when it comes to joining warehouse clubs, because honestly, I don't do most of our shopping there. It's not the best bang for your buck in terms of finding just the lowest prices all the time, not usually at the warehouse clubs. But their Plus memberships may give you a check back based on, yes, it's 2% back on your qualifying purchases up to $500 a year. So that's the best, that's their rewards program in a sense, but you're gonna have to pay for it if you want to be part of that Sam's Plus level. It's a more expensive membership. And for me, it wasn't really a payoff at all. Okay. Oh, and Deb says Capital just sent an email to shop with your miles points. So one note on that, since I mentioned it for my kids as an example, if you are going to keep earning miles, as long as I keep earning something, the miles that I have don't expire. So if you're going to keep earning and have a way to keep them from expiring, I wouldn't turn around and shop with them. It's a really bad point to dollar ratio. Your best ratio to redeem miles is to buy an airline ticket. And the same note on that, most of these travel rewards, so we have a lot of Marriott points. We've stayed loyal to Marriott for years, and we have the top tier Marriott, whatever, titanium it is now. So we earn points faster because of that too. So we stay loyal. It works, definitely works. But if I wanted, I could take those Marriott points and I could convert them to airline miles. Like if I really wanted to go on a trip, I didn't have enough miles, I could do this. It's a really bad idea. Like this needs to be a desperate, we're trying to pay absolutely nothing. That's the only time that I would say to make that conversion, because the ratio is much worse than if I use those same points to redeem them for a night in a Marriott hotel. Anytime that I'm going to take them out of the program that they're normally in and move them to a different program that really has no affiliation other than just being in a network with the hotel, you're not going to get the same payout as you would. So the same for shopping with those points. You may not realize that you can buy a Marriott bed if you want to with your Marriott points. Like I don't actually sleep that great in hotels. Maybe I'm the only one, but I don't think like I need to go home and buy this bed. It was amazing. No, normally I just want to go home. But obviously people do. You are not getting a very good ratio or return on your Marriott points to turn around and shop with them, to turn around and turn them into anything else. And the same for any of the other programs. Don't do that. The only exception to this is credit card points, which is kind of a whole nother section that I was hoping we'd get to as well. But some credit cards like Chase, for example, they have Chase rewards that are just like these vague points. And I can turn around and use them on all sorts of rewards programs. There's still a different payout for each of those rewards programs. You need to do a little bit of homework. If I want to convert that Chase Ultimate Rewards into airline miles here or hotel miles here, they actually have a different value. So doing your homework, it's just Google. People have made posts upon posts. I mean, there's the points guy. It's a blog that all they do is talk about traveling on points. There's a ton of them though that are very similar. So if you're in that boat and you're looking at trying to convert your points or use them in some way, Google it so that you make sure you're getting the best redemption rate. Once I'm like changing the program, I'm veering off out of the plan, Google it so that you know that you're doing it and you're getting the best bang for your points that you can by doing that research. And Deb says she's just saving them. Good. I'm glad. Yeah, just keep on saving them. And one tip on that, if you can find a credit card that does not have a yearly fee, that's hard because a lot of them do now. But if you can find a credit card that does not have a yearly fee, United, for example, I have United points. I do have a United credit card. It does not have a yearly fee. As long as I use that credit card once or twice a year, it keeps the credit card active, but the credit card keeps all the points active. So I don't know the last time that we flew on a United flight. American is the closest. It's the hub that is the closest to us. So we tend to fly American. But we've had this card for ages. So you don't want to close it because that hurts your credit score. That's a whole nother Q&A. You don't want to close an old credit card. You want to keep it open. But then keeping that credit card open and using it once or twice a year so that it stays open keeps all my United points from expiring. Great. I actually have enough United points that I could take my husband back to Scotland at some point. We already had our one big trip on points. That was last year. I don't think any grandparents are signing up to keep our kids for the next 10-day stint anytime soon. But we have enough points that we could, and I would never want them to expire. The credit card keeps them from doing that. No annual fee, and all I got to do is use it twice a year. So that's a good way to kind of keep things going too. And in terms of other travel, you do want to be brand loyal. So if you are trying to earn more points, my own sister-in-law actually texted me this earlier last week saying, how exactly can I maximize travel? If you really want to earn the most points, it is being loyal and it's having the credit card that goes along with that program. So if I'm going to stay Marriott, then I'm paying for that Marriott hotel with a Marriott credit card. No annual fee. Don't go there. Always a no annual fee. But you're going to earn sometimes 3 or 4 times the amount of points than you would have if I'd paid with a different credit card. You already have to pay for the hotel with a credit card anyway. So pay for it with that brand's credit card and be loyal. Obviously, I don't have a Hilton. I don't have, we just stay Marriott. So not only do I earn a ton of points just to stay in the hotel and have the rewards program, but then I earn extra points by paying with the credit card. There are other ways to earn points too. I don't know if every chain has done this, but Marriott in particular, if you decline having not room service, but maid service on a stay that's more than 2 nights, they'll give you points every night that you decline having maid service. So there are ways that you can kind of keep the points growing. And for us, on a 3-night stay, so our 3-night stay in San Diego that we did this past March, and we did a Q&A on how to travel while I was there, so you can go back and watch that one. If you're curious, it's one where I look like I was in a spotlight, so you can easily find it based on the thumbnail picture. But that one stay, a 3-night stay in San Diego, and we still got, we did a prepaid rate. I mean, we saved as much as we could. We walked a mile to the conference center, still earned enough points for a free night at another hotel. So we earned 20,000 points on one 3-night stay in San Diego just by the rewards program, paying with the credit card, not having maid service, all of those other fun little ways to tick them up when you're in the hotel itself. Do it because, hey, 3 nights and then boom, another free night. It's pretty sweet. One other note on travel, and I'm Marriott girl, but I would assume all the brands do this, is looking for special promotions. None of them are running them right now, I can guarantee that. But typically Marriott and probably others, every spring will run a promotion that if you stay a certain number of nights over like a 60-day window, that you get a bonus in points. The only thing they do, and this is kind of annoying, but they make you sign up for those promotions. So it's like you have to opt into them. So if you have a family member who does travel on a regular basis, pulling up the hotel's website to see, are there any promotions that are currently running so that I can take advantage of them, because I have to opt into them. But then you're gonna earn potentially another 10, 15,000 bonus points for that particular spring fling bonus or whatever they named it at that point. Marriott usually calls them like a mega bonus promotion. If you stay a certain number of nights, that you get a certain bonus. So look for those too. It's a good way to get even more in terms of getting to go on a trip someday. We have to hope at this point, a trip someday, having points for them. And let's talk credit cards super fast too. So I've mentioned, having the brand's credit card. Guys, you only go here if you're going to pay it off every month. Put the card on auto pay, full amount. And if you can't handle it, you don't use it. But if you can, always paying with a rewards credit card is huge. So for us, travel makes me happy. I'm actually kind of struggling. We don't normally travel all the time, but just the concept that we can't travel right now, just mentally, it's affecting me. But in terms of traveling, if I am buying anything for us, it is going on a rewards credit card. It is either going on a Chase Ultimate Rewards that can be redeemed for airline or anything else, or it's going on a Marriott card, and it just depends on whether it's business or whether it's personal. Those are the 2 main cards that we use, everything giving us points. I don't know, those points may sit there. We may not get to go on a crazy good trip for 4 or 5 years. When I took my husband to Scotland last year, that was the first time for both of us ever crossing an ocean. So, it took a long time for us to make the first trip. Who knows when the next trip will be, but those points aren't going to expire. So you just keep on earning them and you keep on dreaming. And when you're ready, you've got a ton of points that you can turn around and redeem towards something. So if you're looking for a good rewards credit card, here are a few things to look for. What type of points do you earn, and what's the point ratio? So some of them you earn higher points based on specific things that you buy. But if you don't buy those specific things, that doesn't really get you anything. So for example, airline mile credit cards, you get a ton of points to pay with that credit card to buy an airline ticket. But if you don't ever buy airline tickets, like you're getting the card because you want to go somewhere, but you don't ever really go anywhere, you're not going to earn points that quickly. You actually want to go with a different card, like a Chase. So Chase has the Chase Freedom, which is, I'm pretty sure, no annual fee card. Chase Freedom gives you Chase Unlimited rewards. I can then turn those into airline miles. But that card is going to give me a higher earn rate on gas, on groceries, on things that I'm buying when I'm not buying airline tickets than an actual airline miles credit card would. So you need to kind of think about that. What am I buying on a regular basis? What am I going to use this card for so that I can get the highest ratio of points for those purchases? And it's not always an airline miles card. Never going with an annual fee unless there are exceptions to this. If the annual fee ends up giving you some kind of bonus that fully handles that cost. So I told you we have a Marriott credit card. Marriott's credit card does have an annual fee. So if you go and you look it up, you're like, Jenny lied. No, they do have an annual fee. But the annual fee for that credit card gives you 2 free nights in any hotel. And the annual fee is, I think, $99. It just went up recently, so don't hold me to that one, but I think it's $99 for 2 free nights. That's a pretty good price. And those 2 free nights can be in any category 4 or below hotel. Category 4, guys, that's some beach hotels. So $99, you're getting 2 free nights. Now you want to make sure you use them. You don't want to let them go to waste, but that's still pretty sweet. So there are moments that I'm okay with an annual fee if the perk of the annual fee balances it. There are credit cards that it does not balance it. So you used to have an American credit card for American Airlines because that's what we typically always fly. American just added an annual fee in the last year to their credit card. No perks. You got free bags before, you still get free. There's no perks to keep this credit card. So don't keep it. The minute that they add those items in, you just got tanked. The only hard part for you is that if it's a credit card you've had for a very long time, and I mentioned this a few minutes ago, you don't want to cancel a super old credit card. So potentially you call and you say, is there anything we can do here? I don't want to pay this, or just see how the bank would be willing to work with you, the bank that's managing that card, versus automatically closing it. But very old credit cards you want to keep open. That is a huge factor in your credit score, is how long you've had credit, how long that credit's been good, and those credit cards count. So do not close super old cards. I put it in bold if I could. Pay them off, and you keep them paid off, but you do not close them. And Denise is saying her Disney Visa gives perks in the park and also 20% off merchandise in the park and 10% off at the Disney store. Sweet. So if you are regularly going to Disney, that's a great way to save. I need you guys to convince my husband that Disney is good. I grew up in Florida. I think Disney's great, but he's never been. So we've never gone. We'll just go on other vacations. It's okay. There are lots of great cards, and I love that you guys are chiming in on one. Jessica says she's got a Capital One that's cash rewards. Kara has the Southwest card that charges an annual fee. So how do you get rid of it? So Kara, I guess the first thing you need to look at is potentially pulling your credit report, which is free. You can pull your credit report from each of the credit reporting agencies a couple of times a year, no charge. So I would pull your credit report and I would see how long that card's been open. And really what you're looking for is, do you have another account that is older than it? Because that's what's going to hurt you. If you end up closing a credit card and it is the oldest account on your credit report, boom, bad call. But if it's not the oldest account on your credit report, it's not going to hurt you that much to close it. So you could go ahead and your number will come down a little bit, but it'll come back up. If it's the oldest one on the account, I don't know. Then you need to make some phone calls and see what the options are. And that's, I don't know. We could probably chat over it on, if you want to send me a Facebook message too, if you find out that it is truly the oldest account on your credit report. But if it's not, then you'll be okay. It'll ding you a little bit, but you'll come back. And part of the ding in closing a credit card too, guys, it's kind of interesting because I am in the middle of writing a post on how to raise your credit score. But part of the ding is actually that you're closing the amount of credit available to you. So there's a couple of things. Credit cards are good. This is where Dave Ramsey is gonna, roll over in his grave. Credit cards are good. They're not evil if you pay them off. But if you have, let's say you have 2 credit cards and both of those credit cards have a balance, available balance of, let's go huge, $15,000 a piece. So the way the credit card report looks is that you have available to you $30,000 in credit, but you're only using $400 of it. And you haven't paid it off, but you will at the end of the month. But you put $400 on a credit card this month. That's going to show up on your credit card report. You'll pay it off next month, but the amount that you currently have on the card is technically on the report. But they're looking at the ratio. They're not looking at the 400. They're looking at how much do you have available versus how much are you using. And if your ratio is huge, I have a ton available and I'm using this tiny little amount, that helps your credit score. So in other words, keeping credit cards that have no annual fee and barely using them is a huge way to increase your credit score. Because I have old accounts, I'm showing that I have a long credit standing and that I'm not using it, I'm not maxed out, is good. So don't get scared when they send you your available credit is $23,000. Don't go crazy, but don't get scared. You can lock that card away if you want to, and don't pay the annual fee. So hopefully that'll help a little bit. Just, off topic, but on topic at the same time, I guess. So in terms of credit cards, you guys did chime in with a number that were great. So what I would encourage you, I've just shared what we use, but think about where you want to go, what brands you regularly use, look into their credit cards, look into what rate I earn on what I spend. So if I'm looking into, we always say Hilton, then let's look into a Hilton card. What rate do I earn on non-Hilton purchases? Because obviously your goal here is to travel, but you aren't going to only travel. And so figuring out from there what credit cards to have, or credit card, doesn't have to be multiple, but just so you're making the decision that's best for you, and that's different for everybody. If you are looking for a multi-purpose, earn points everywhere, I would point you to Chase, and Jessica chimed in on Capital One, having a good one too. So looking at the bigger banks, they do tend to have a lot of options there. Just go for the no annual fee options for sure. Okay, we've gone through everything that I had. I think I'll go ahead and pop off. And Terry says you'd love for me to do a Q&A with our photos and videos of Scotland. We could probably do that at some point, Terry, but I think if I did it right now, it would really make my heart kind of sad. I can't do it when I can't travel. But it was a very fun trip, and we did go completely on points. I did actually do a Q&A right after that trip, Terry, if you wanted to go digging. It was last February of 2019 on how we did it, how we used points, and we used points for everything. We used points to rent a car. We used points for the hotels. We used points for the airline travel. So if there was a point to be used, it was used, and it was pretty sweet. I mean, I think we paid maybe $300 a person for a 10-day trip to Scotland. So points are a good thing. You should be part of rewards programs. Okay, so Lynn has a question. Will I do a grocery haul video this week? I will not do a Publix video this week, Lynn, but I did, and I haven't done this in a few weeks, I did get all the pictures for drugstores, and I was going to pop on tomorrow and go through the top deals in the drugstores via pictures and versus online deals and in stores. So it won't be just in stores for the folks that haul videos are making them a little hot and bothered, but I will not do a Publix video this week. I was not going to do a big shopping trip this week, but I will get the drugstores done, and then I probably will start back with grocery videos next week. So I took a little bit of a break because I couldn't post them without people just attacking me. So there you go. No, we'll be back at it though. So drugstores, tune in tomorrow. I'll do a Q&A. I'm actually probably going to go live with those right around lunchtime is what I was thinking, and go through the top deals in CVS and Walgreens for this week. And we will talk online versus in store. So hopefully that will help. And Wendy, I'm glad. Wendy says she's doing a no spend April. So great. I can't entice you to go to the store. I'm glad that it hasn't even been a tempting moment for you there. Well, guys, thanks for joining me tonight. I hope that this was a fun topic for you, and just a interesting way to maybe learn about some other programs that you aren't using. Make plans to join in next Monday night. I'm not sure what our topic will be, and kind of keeping it a little fluid. If you've got something that you would love for me to talk about, or something that you're trying to learn more on, please chime in and let me know. Send me a Facebook message, send me an email, jenny@southernsavers.com. I'll be glad to pop in what your topic is. Also, before I hop off and before I forget, I am planning on doing another full online coupon workshop. We did one last month, and planning on doing another one coming up on Saturday, May 2nd. So if you are interested, it is actually going to just go live on the Southern Savers page, and it's going to make some folks upset, but when we tried to do it in an event, it did not work. So going to go live on the Southern Savers page Saturday, May 2nd at 10 a.m. And I'll put up some reminders for you, but you guys have the first heads up on it. So share it with any folks that you know that have been trying to save or begging you to teach them how to save. And we'll go through how to coupon and all of it. So go ahead and just put it on your calendar. Saturday, May 2nd, 10 a.m. Eastern time, if that's the other question. So hopefully you can join me. Probably don't have a lot of plans. So we can get that done and everyone can start saving, and hopefully our stores will start being able to open up and we'll be able to get back in there and restock your pantry. So you guys have a great week. If I don't talk to you tomorrow with drugstore deals, I will see you next Monday night. Thanks for joining me.